All right, welcome back. Super Sports Saturday continues. We'll put a pause on the football talk just for a little while. We're going to be talking a little bit with head coach Tom Uvaas of the Fergus Falls Otter girls swimming and diving team. Tom, you want to step up? I know you just walked in the door, and we hardly
your show here.
Oh, okay. Well, become a part of it. There you go. Yes. Let's talk swimming and diving. Again, the girls had the CLC meet last week, right?
Yeah, we did. It's a really good meet for us at Wilmer, and what's nice about it is it's kind of a in-between moment because we just finished up our regular dual meet season, and we only had for this particular team, actually we only had one invite, our invite, and then we went basically all dual meets. We couldn't go to Maroon and Gold this year or Minneapolis South invite because it's the same weekend as our Otter invite. And so these girls have had very little experience basically in a championship setup of a meet like that. So it was important because it gave us a chance to pre-test some of our section lineup, to tweak a few relays for sections, which is what it's all about for us. And then, and plus it just gives us one more chance for some kids to qualify for sections. So it's a very important meet at a very nice facility. It's a fast pool, so we really like Wilmer. And we did well. I think we placed sixth in the conference, which is what we thought we would do, and we had 9 best times, which was not bad for that particular type of meet. We had a lot of kids who swam pretty consistent with their times, and we had all conference was Danny Ross and 100 free, and which is a real tough. It's tough because a lot of these times, a lot of the 5 top finishers made state cut times, so that shows you how fast the meet that is, and. So, Danny got all conference in the 100, and she also got honorable mention in the 50 free, and then Abby Fisher got honorable mention in both the 100 fly and the 100 backstroke. And what that really means is if you qualify, if you place first, second, and third in an individual event, you're all conference, and you place 4th and 5th in your honorable mention. And our relays took 4th in both of our power relays, which is a very good showing for those relays.
Tom, we talked a little bit, I think, 2 weeks ago about preparing for the postseason, for the Central Lakes Conference meet and for the section meet, and how this year may be a little different than what you've experienced in previous years because more years than not, the Otters are right there battling for a Central Lakes Conference championship, and you need to have your best performance, a strong performance at the CLC meet. Did you have different preparation this year, knowing that you weren't in a fight for the conference title?
Oh, yes, we. Although I have to say, because of the talented group we've had in the past, we never tapered for conference. So you can't do that. So we basically looked at the conference meet in those years in the past as a very tough competitive dual meet, and so we would rest up a little bit more. We might, really work on the performance of our relays just to tweak them a little bit. And of course, when you're in the hunt for the championship, there's a little bit more of a competitive zeal in the athlete's heart. We went on this particular meet saying we're going to swim through it, which we did. We went hard. Actually, we went real hard that week because we're trying to do a lighter taper this week. So we did swim through it a little bit, but we performed well. This is a team that just races very well within the lanes. I mean, what I mean by that is when you go to a meet like this, there are times, and it's preceded, and so usually the 8 swimmers who are swimming have about the same exact time, and so you're always racing to see how well you can keep up with that group, or else win that particular field. So they've done very well, but the preparation was a little bit different.
You had a couple of events where you really showed your depth too. The 100 breaststroke was one of them, and the 200 IM.
We're really sound on that. Same thing for sections. We'll score most of our points. We're very solid. For example, in fly, we have 4 qualified per section. Right. So we're going to score, we think, quite a few points there. We should qualify very well points-wise in the IM, as you mentioned, and the breaststroke. So
that's exciting to see those some of the underclassmen stepping up and really getting used to the varsity competition and improving. When you have underclassmen like that and you challenge them and you increase their workload and they realize as their time drops, hey, this thing works. It's kind of fun when the light goes on like that, I'm sure.
It really is. We at the beginning of the season, we have actually we have 3 or 4 eighth graders that have been really key components to swimming varsity events. And I said to them, I said, this will be a totally new era for you as a competitor because now you'll be racing a lot and it will count. And we'll see how you adapt to that because we want them to have really an enjoyable season because we're more interested in them continuous swimming as a junior and senior than just burning out as an eighth grader. And they've really handled it very, very well. And they've really stepped up to the challenge, especially the training part of it. It's not, it's long. I mean, the practices are 2 hours long, and they are not, we don't talk a lot. And we go, and they do go through some physical pain. And you have to adapt to that. You have to adjust to that. And they've done a very nice job.
I'll bet that is, the biggest adjustment for the young swimmers. I mean, the training element is such an increase in intensity and demand.
Yeah, it really is. And fortunately for these young ladies, they have friends who are doing the same thing. So it's a little bit easier than going by yourself. But yeah, it is. It's a pretty large adjustment. And also another thing that you have to adjust with too is sometimes you do swim a little bit faster than upperclassmen, and you have to handle that in a very polite way. But this has been a very nice team, and what we mean by that is they seem to get along very well, and they see the big picture of the team, especially in regards to relays and things like that.
Do you have your section lineup pretty well done? Do you have to have it turned in yet? Or?
No, it's been turned in, so
okay.
we're pretty well done. Yeah, so we are at this point. We spent a lot of time, especially on our relays. We're going to go to a medley relay, which has, of course, to go to state, you either make it by state cut time on Saturday, or else you have to place first or second on Saturday. Fridays are called prelims. They just get you to the show on Saturday. You still have to swim fast. You have to do a great job. But the key thing is what you do on Saturday. And so we kind of set up our relays to be a good position to, we hope, qualify for state.
You want to take us through your lineup here? Let us know who's doing what for you.
Yeah. Our medley relay, we're going to start with Abby Fisher, our backstroker, Emily Hexham's our breaststroker, Ann Childs will swim the butterfly now, and Danny Ross will be our freestyler. We made a little change in our flyer. Ann and Rachel are very close in time, and just a little faster time. So, so we went with that. And then we actually have 4 alternates. One of the key alternates on there would be Emily Reard because she can swim fly. She can also swim breaststroke for us. So that's our key alternate there. Between our freestyle, we have 2 swimmers. We're allowed 4, but the 4 have to have a qualifying standard. We're very close to the qualifying standard. And so we have 2 that are automatics. And so we have Ann Childs, who has been swimming all season, and Anna Van Valkenburg. In the IM, we have 4 swimmers, which will be one of our deepest events in that particular meet. Emily Reard, Emily Hexham, Jade Emery, who's an 8th grader, and Hattie Kakeritz, who's an 8th grader, too. So those 4 young ladies I think will score. We are really hoping to get 2 in finals and 2 consolations. And what that means is the first 8 swimmers will be in the finals. You can go no lower than 8th place on Saturday, and 9 through 16 would be your consolations. 50 freestyle, we have Danny Ross, Rachel Eppert, Elise Anderson, and Caitlin Colbeck. In the same scenario there, they are all going to be going. We hope to get maybe 2 in the top 8, which would be awesome. And we hope to get 2 in the second day in the top 16. Diving, we have Rachel Eppert, and Rachel is going to be in some very tough diving competition. We went to True Team, where she placed 5th. It's going to be tough. I mean, Bemidji has 1 very good diver. Dale has, I believe, 2 very seasoned divers. Park Rapids will be in there with a very close diver, and of course Rachel. So it's going to be a very interesting competition for the top 5 or 6 divers.
And the top 4 go to state there, right?
4 go to state. So keep your fingers crossed and be on your knees. 100 fly. Abby Fisher is in that one, and Childs, Summer Kellenberg, and Rachel Johnson. Same scenario. I think we can get maybe 2 in the top 8. Abby's going to be right in there for the hunt to win that, and both Summer and Rachel will have a great opportunity to get top 16. We think their training will get them there because they've trained very hard. 100-yard freestyle, we have Danny Ross, Elise Anderson, and Caitlin Colbeck. And those 3, same thing. We're hoping that all 3 will be swimming second day. Danny, of course, will have a good chance of, she'll probably be one of the top seeds in that particular event. Elise will be right in there for, we hope, the top 8. And then Caitlin will be, we hope, right in the top 16 somewhere. 500 freestyle, Jade Emery and Anna Van Valkenburg. And they will, we're hoping that maybe one of them will get in the top 16. It's a tough field, and but they're both going to go for their best time and see how they can perform. Speaking of freestyle relay, normally at dual meet we went 400 free relay. But we're going to go 200 freestyle relay for sections because we have a better chance of making it to state. We have Abby Fisher, Elise Anderson, Emily Reard, and Danny Ross in prelims. We have great alternates. We have Rachel Appert, Caitlin Kobeck, and Caitlin Hexham. So we have those 7 kids are actually, and I should mention the alternates, that's considered an event for them. So we don't go A-B relays here, so we just have one relay. So if something would happen, we can move the other 3 right into that relay. So, and that relay has a good chance to make it to state. Bemidji is very tough, so is Park Rapids, but we have some good athletes there, and it'll be fun to watch that relay. 100-yard backstroke, we have Abby Fisher and Emily Hawk. We have those 2. Both of those kids will be swimming Saturday for sure. Abby, of course, has a good chance of winning it. She has a state cut time already. Actually, we're doing a different taper with her. She's actually doing a state taper, so she's swimming a little bit harder. And Emily Hawk is really a solid swimmer. She should be somewhere in the top 12. 100-yard breaststroke, which is our strongest event, we have Emily Reard, Emily Hexham, Hattie Kakeritz, and Kayla Hexham. And we have a good chance of having 2 in top 8, possibly even 3 top 12, we'd say. For the freestyle relay, we have Rachel Appert, Emily Hexham, Ann Childs, and Elise Anderson. All 4 are seniors in the relay. And we have Emily Hawk, Caitlin Kobeck, Rachel Johnson, and Caitlin Hexham. So that's kind of what it looks like for us. We're swimming at beautiful Warroad, Minnesota, which is just a few miles up the road here.
Are you okay, Tom? Beautiful.
I tell you what, they run a great meet there.
Oh, I'm sure they do, but beautiful?
The pool's beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
the pool's
facilities.
beautiful.
I will give you that.
Pool's beautiful. Nice people.
Okay, nice people out of hockey season.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, I haven't been to the other domain.
That's right.
So,
What is the schedule for the meet?
well, I'm glad I'm here because I had to look it up. I go one day at a time. Well, the schedule's like this. Diving is going to be on Friday, and so the divers are actually going to go up on Thursday night, and the diving warm-up is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the diving begins at let's see, what is it here? I'm looking at, I think 4 o'clock. No.
Sometime on Friday.
Yeah, sometime on Friday.
Okay.
So, yeah, well, it's just on Friday. I want to say it's 3 o'clock. I could be. And then our warm-up for swimming is at 4 o'clock. And then the swimming begins at,
It's hard to read that schedule, isn't it?
yeah, it's way too much.
Good, there'll be a meet director there to make sure you're where you need to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
It is confusing, isn't it?
I don't feel bad about not coming prepared now.
Yeah. Well, it just happened at the pool early.
You know what? It's right here.
Okay.
It's in small print. See, Joyce could help me here.
Yeah, it's right at the top of the page.
Yep, there.
Diving prelims are at 12 o'clock noon.
Okay. Very good, Tom.
It's at 5.
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's put that away. Well, it's always a fun time of the year, and it's been a long season for the kids, and they've been training hard to get to this point, and you just go up there and, swim your best, have fun, get some personal best times, see where it puts you.
Well, we've worked hard. It's all about preparation, and when we start out the first week, which is, we're going into our next week's our 13th week of the season. So we've had 12 weeks of training, and we don't miss a Saturday. We did take one Saturday off, but not very many Saturdays off. We went 2 mornings a week. So we went as hard as we could go with this particular team. And we did it primarily for sections because we kind of realized what kind of dual meet season we're going to have. We didn't really have the depth. And plus, CLC is a tough conference. So we kind of knew that we're really looking at see what we could do to get ready for state or see how close we get to state. And also see how close we could do as a section team in 8A. And so I'm excited for the girls. You know, the ball's in their court, as you would say, and we'll see what they can do. But it should be a good meet for us. We are young. We have a lot of kids. We have a lot of 7th and 8th graders that their season ended 2 weeks ago, and so we're hoping that they'll catch fire and prepare and see what they can do 3 years down the road.
Now, at the end of next weekend, how much time do you get off before the boys hit the water?
We get 1 week.
1 week, okay.
All right. So,
well, that's more than usual.
Yeah, it is.
It is. 1 year we actually started the following Monday. You're right. So
Yeah.
I had like 2 days.
Remember that.
I had Sunday off. You're right. But yeah, but you know, it dovetails really well because a lot of the practices that the boys do, the girls do, and vice versa, and we blend really well with our summer program. So it's kind of continuation of the book. It's just part 2. So from coaching point of view, it's pretty seamless in that part of it.
Sure.
So, I just want to make sure I have these times right. We have diving at 12 o'clock p.m. on Friday, and then we have swimming prelims at 5, and which is really later for us because it has changed. We used to actually have diving Friday night, and we have our swimming prelims would be before that, so at 1 o'clock. So we kind of flip-flop it.
All right, Tom, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
not asking me to sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Hadn't thought of that.
Tom Uvaas, the girls swimming and diving coach, will be back to talk with Tom in early December to talk about the boys when they hit the water a little later on this season.